the whole thing, Europeans try to shift the whole blame on Africans. You understand? That is what it gets Black Americans to believe, that Africans sold their cheap land to them for things like guns, gunpowder, mirrors, clothing items. You know. I don't doubt that there were some Africans who did not do that. Many Africans did. We are going to talk about that in the process of my presentation. My wonderful guest, this is Tony. Like I told you. I'm going to be your guide for the next 45 minutes.
Quick question. So when they took the slaves from here in Africa to around the world, did they keep like any records?
Yeah, that is the problem, because when you talk about records, we should focus more on the names. You understand, the names that the people had here before they transported. They changed them.
Yeah.
That's Wilson, Peterson, Freeman, Van Dars. So it's very difficult.
Right.
It's very difficult to trace.
To trace.
It's very difficult. But I can assure you that 1, 2, 3 of you look West African.
I did the
You look West
DNA.
African.
They said I'm from Nigeria. My family.
You look West African. My dad is from the Ivory Coast. You don't know Cote d'Ivoire?
I heard of that.
Yeah, he's from Ivory Coast. My mom is from Ghana. I have 2 heritages.
Yes.
They're all West Africans.
Yeah.
So then how can you tell they are from West Africa, not maybe South Africa or
South Africa, the victims of the transatlantic slave trade are West Africans and some Central Africans. Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Togo, Ghana, Ivory Coast. My wonderful guests, you are warmly welcome to Cape Coast Castle. Before we start the talk, I am going to give you a brief introduction in the Mill Slave Dungeon. Now, this Mill Slave Dungeon, as you see, was for 1,000 people, intentionally and psychologically and strategically designed for 1,000 people. 1,000 men were kept here. Let me show you the floor. Now, you see the floor? It's a slope, right? It's a slope. Everything I'm going to show you here in the castle was psychologically and strategically employed. Get that in your mind. Get that in your mind. Everything was psychologically and strategically employed. It's a slope. Let's walk slow as you get. You walk through that.
I'm not going.
Don't be scared. I'll show you everything. Now I'm going to learn a few things from you. I'll learn many things. Let's I want to show you something. Go further. Now, in the Mill Slave Dungeon, this is how the Mill Slave Dungeon was like. Nothing has changed. This is how it was. But this is not how it was. It's ambiguous. When I say this is how it was and this is not how it looked like, I mean there was no light.
No lights.
Yes. So let's take this light away. This place was very dark for 1,000 people. And again, for 1,000 people are 5 rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. There are 5 of them. In each room were 200 people. 200 people in each of them. This is where they defecated 1,000 men. This is where they slept. This is where they ate. They were kept here for 3 good months. 3 months. This was Kelly. Some of them were captured from Mali, present-day Mali, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, the Ivory Coast, Togo. They brought all of them. Now, this is how dark this place was like. Very dark. Now, from this angle, right here, was a very big door. Okay? And I told you there are 5 rooms. Now, this was a room. And for 200 people, the only source of light and air was that hole up there. You can imagine. 200 people.
Wow.
Let's go. You know, this whole time, this transatlantic slave trade, this whole time, the Portuguese started it. Portuguese started this whole this transatlantic slave trade. They came here, they came in Ghana around 1471, and because they found a lot of gold in Ghana, Portuguese named Ghana Gold Coast and Ivory Coast. In the Ivory Coast because they captured a lot of elephants because of ivory. They named that part of West Africa Ivory Coast. Yeah. And the western part of Nigeria was known as Slave Coast because they captured a lot of slaves from that part of West Africa. And Portuguese alone, for more than 100 years, exploited gold, ivory, spices in Africa without capturing Africans as slaves or without transporting Africans to the New World as cheap laborers. This is very questionable. If what Europeans or the Portuguese were interested in Africa was gold, ivory, and other merchandise, what actually made them capture Africans later as slaves? We need to know the genesis of the trade, what actually made them captured. You know, they had the idea of capturing Africans, but they did not initiate it when they got here. They had it. They pretended as if they were interested in gold, but they knew they were going to capture Africans later as slaves. They knew they were going to transport Africans in the New World as slaves. And when they got here, they came with things like clothing items, gunpowder, mirrors, glasses, and other basic common goods. And because Africans have good hearts, we never rejected them. That is one weakness we have.
Still true.
We accept everyone. That is our weakness. Now, they knowing that, negotiated with some local chiefs in West Africa. What happened? When they came here, when Europeans came here in Africa, there was nothing like geopolitical boundaries. There was nothing like Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, Senegal. No. There were only communities in West Africa and in Africa. And those communities had different local tribes and different local chiefs. Obviously, those communities were ruled by local chiefs. You know what Europeans did? They influenced many local chiefs with guns and gunpowder. They supplied to them. And that's the same strategy they are using in the US. In the black communities, what did they do? Cocaine, guns. And when they find you cocaine or guns in your room, what do? They kill you. They shoot you down. They end your life. If you know history, you know the white man. You know the white man is predictable. Every move of the white man is calculated. No.
So then when we come here, why do you treat us like shit?
Why did I?
It's because you know what they do. When we come back to Africa,
Yes.
why do we get charged higher prices?
Yeah.
Why do we get called foreigners? Why do we get treated like something less than African when you know the truth?
That is not true, my brother.
Really?
No.
I can't become a citizen in Ghana?
Yeah, let me explain that to you.
Okay.
If a black person from the Ivory Coast comes in Castle, the person is going to pay 40 Ghana.
Why?
If a black person from Togo, an African, comes in Castle, I'm going to explain that.
Why?
Now, you know, in order to promote domestic tourism, you know, the government has realized that all or majority of the people come here are foreigners. You understand? The people do not know their history. the Ghanaians in Cape Coast, even those in Cape Coast, closer to the castle, they don't come here. And how do you educate our people?
So you want to learn something?
Yes, please.
This is not our history. Our history began 1,000 years before this.
Yes.
We have a history of kings and greatness way before 400 years of slavery.
Yeah.
So when we talk about our history, this is not it. This is just a small piece of it.
This is part of the history. I know of Mansa Musa.
Thank you.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know Africans have enslaved.
Where's this picture?
No, I know Africans have enslaved Europeans before.
Where is this picture? Where's my
This is just part of it. But they keep, the white man, you know what the white man is good at?
I do know he's good at separating. He's good at separating Africans.
Yes.
So we're separated.
Yes.
So we come to Ghana and we're Nigeria, we're Sierra Leone.
Yes.
They pay more money than the Ghanaian. So now we're divided. So now we have resistance. We have resistance towards one another. And we have feelings that become bruised because we're getting treated differently. So my point is that we need to treat each other the same, regardless of where we're from. We need to treat each other the same so that we can work together. The reason why we can't work together is because we treat each other differently.
Yes, and that is what the white person.
They taught us to do that to each other. I'm asking you to stop. Give me some of my money back today.
I'm with him. I'm with him.
If you treat each other differently, we'll never work together and be one people.
Yes.
And so we have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
We can't have a
But I
different
think I
life.
had the same experience at Canopy was good. People from Nigeria were complaining that they paid more than, I think they paid twice plus 10 cedis of what the Ghanaian were paying.
Right.
And they complained throughout.
Absolutely. So now, when it's time to work together, we have an issue with one another. So I'm simply suggesting that we start changing that, because whenever we come together, we'll never solve our problem, our common problem, if we don't come together and see each other the same. So you can't have a different price for Nigerians, price for Ghanaians. You can't do that. Not everyone have success.
It's
Above your head.
So then I think
I don't have
that
control. I don't have
if
control of that.
If
You
you
know-
meet anybody who is, let's say, above him, who can do something about what you're complaining about, don't spread at all. Register your complaints. Because there are more people complain that we are one people, so I don't know why they have to pay
Right.
A, B, C, D. It becomes an issue and they
This
say, let us
is
solve
a
it.
sharp young man. He may be the president of Ghana.
I think so too.
We may be looking at the future.
He's on his way.
He's a sharp young man. I see his strength, his power. He's very
Right.
powerful, right?
He's very passionate about
Very
what he
intelligent.
knows.
So he's a good person to talk to,
Exactly.
right, man? Because one day he might make the decision.
Right.
You should know.
Just remember what he's saying today.
I'll forget that.
Yeah.
We'll never become one people with different prices.
Yes, I'll forget that.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your advice. Let's get back here.
Okay.
Let's get back here. So, the history is a whole lot of things, from Mansa Musa, Samuel Eto'o, you trace down the Ashanti Empire, the kingdoms. I mean, the white man has denied everything. Understand? They knew how strong Africans were before they came here. Understand? What kind of image did they portray on Africans in Americas?
Savages, not intelligent.
Why? Ask yourself why.
Fly hungry.
Yeah, no one fights over stone.
Right.
People fight over diamonds, gold. You understand? Until you know the potentials of something, you won't bring the person down. You get my point? It's when I know how strong you are that I begin to bring you down.
Right.
You get my point?
I know that.
Africans are strong people.
Right.
Look at what you faced. Look at what you faced. Look
Right.
at how you're being treated.
Look how we
You're
survive.
still strong. The white man cannot even stand malaria.
Right.
The white man cannot stand even malaria. They came here 2 months, 3 months, they found dead. Even malaria, they can stand that. The black man can stand the weather condition in Africa, in Europe, in America, in Asia, everywhere. Why? Because the kind of blood that flows in our veins is different from any other race. You get my point?
No other.
Yes. Don't be discouraged. Let's hope. Let's hope.
So what I know is the fact that I was born in the Americas.
Yes.
Means that my great ancestors were right here.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm a descendant of the people that were here
Yes.
in this room.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very clear. That's why I was there. See, I didn't volunteer to be there. Yeah, someone took my ancestors from this room over there. Yeah, so I've come back here. That's what's happened.
You've done well. You are welcome. Now, for 200 people, let's go back. For 200 people, okay, in each room, there's going to be 200. Yeah, they kept them here, they dedicated here, they slept here, they were here for 3 months.
And they had all chained up with it.
Some of them were chained. Some freedom fighters were named rebellious slaves, dangerous slaves. So some of them were chained in this way to these poles. You see it? That's good. I'm sure you Three, 4, 5. Yes. There were freedom fighters. Not all the slaves were weak people. Some of them wanted to stop. All those who wanted to fight back were brought here in this room. That's why you see 6 poles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And another spy hole up there. So all the noise the slaves were making here, all the noise, they were trying, they were planning. They wanted to fight, they wanted to do something. That is why they constructed that hole up there. We call it the spy hole. All the noise the slaves were making passed through that hole out. So the British outside knew what was going in those like that. 1, 2, 3, the only source of light in there. So this is what they fed. They fed them where they were defecated to sleep, eating. They did not brush their teeth. Their eyeball changed, their skin changed. Psychology is becoming you. The people who get here will not human beings. To transform, to change them. Let me show you one thing that will change you. You see that white mark there? I need a light. You see it? Some archaeologists were here, okay? Because the British were denying the fact that they did not enslave people here. Understand? No, we did not enslave people. Our gold, diamond, we call them Europe. Understand? We did not take anything in Africa. So some archaeologists from Accra, University of Ghana, to come here for further examination. They intentionally excavated this place. And you know, because the slaves defecated, because they kept it urinated, we thought there was a different layer which emerged on top of the bricks. However, I told you this place was excavated. That is why you see the original floor bricks. Now, their feces, decomposed food remains, and human remains mounted out to this level. After the excavation, this portion was intentionally wrecked as an evidence. Now, this portion, as you see, is decomposed food remains, human remains, stones, sand, evidence, all combined. Do you understand?
I understand.
I want you to go out. When you go out, look on the floor here. Look on the floor. I told you this place was excavated. Look on the floor here. Do you see any original bricks? Of course not. It was only this room that was excavated. Now, after the excavation, 1, 2, 3, 4, the other rooms were left like that. They did not excavate them. So what we are going to work on is a mixture of urine, feces, blood, decomposed food remains, and human remains, all combined.
Okay.
Let me show you. You see it? You see it? You see the difference? You see a different layer on top of it? It's coming. Let me tell you something.
So the bricks were under here.
Yeah, this is
Decomposed. It smell like it.
Let me tell you something. You are not going to find this in books. No. This is very convoluted, very difficult. And for a conscious mind to even understand this is very difficult. On top of this dungeon was a church. And the name of that church was